Welcome to our session 1 of Fate Awakens. This is our first campaign as a full group together. I believe we've all done a little something together before. But why don't we go ahead and get started. As you all enter the town of O'si Rûn, walking through the farms. Exhausted, yes. Extremely tired and dirty.
A little bit dirty.
You all this morning have been waking up for the first time, seeing the plethora of food that's been brought in the couple days prior. You yourself are traveling down a road. First thing in the morning that wakes you up is your son, Tybalt, knocking on your door. Father!
Oh,
You awake already?
do my ears deceive me? Oh, my son! So good to see you, Tybalt. It's been
A
too
few
long.
weeks.
Yes. Have you brought anything for me?
I've got this nice magenta/violet book. I found it's got a nice gemstone in the front. I can't read it at all, unfortunately.
Well, you never were one for studies, were you? Let me see.
All right, as you open it up, you have no idea what's in it except for a few scribbled words that are kind of hard to read, but as you look through them, you see something about a demon, something like basic words translated like the and you see maybe he's figured out a letter, whoever is written in here. But it makes no sense from the little scribbles you've gotten.
Well, it would seem I need some time with this one, but you bringing me a project is something I always look for.
Yes, of course. I've got a few others as well. That's the most intriguing one I've found.
Oh, yes, good. Please tell me you've said hello to your mother on the way in.
No, I don't think I saw her.
Helena's probably downstairs cooking for the orphans. Go say hello to her, give her a hug.
Oh, of course, Father.
I'll get ready.
As you wake up for the morning, your father's out just smoking a pipe. You smell a nice, funky aroma, but you're not unfamiliar with this. He welcomes you. Morning.
Stars blessings, Art. How you doing this morning?
Just not too bad.
Anything on the agenda? Normal rounds?
Let's go with that.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get to it.
I'll be here. As he leans back in his chair on the porch.
Men of many words, aren't you?
As you
Got my
three
task.
start walking in the town, you get many, many stares. As you can smell each other for the first time, kind of finally relaxing.
Oh, blessed civilization.
Sweet. You see, walking through these farms, a very, very small village up ahead. You see one large building with a lot of scattered houses around it. The very center around this larger building looks to be a few, maybe shops. As you get closer, you see everyone wheeling around lots and lots of wheat, potatoes, just tons of food. Looks like harvest just took place and it was very, very well done. You actually get offered multiple grains of wheat. You get offered potatoes. You get offered a few carrots. I assume y'all are going to take some of this.
Graciously
accept this.
Taking every bit of it.
Yes.
Much appreciated.
As you come down for your morning, Helena comes up to you. I have not seen Razim this morning.
Well,
Did you send him out early?
you know that boy. He's one of the older orphans and does as he pleases most of the time, but I'm sure he's out working, collecting this questionable harvest that we have.
Yes, he might as well. Father, what is going on in town? I've never seen a harvest this good.
Well, there's a bit of a mystery behind that. From what the elders have determined, including Ayla, who you remember is quite old as a wood elf, but
Well,
he speaks almost to the ancient thought of magic. That's the only explanation that we've been able to surmise.
You mean more than just lighting the campfire?
Tybalt, it would appear that we've had triple the amount of harvest overnight.
That kind of disturbs me. But also, I mean, can we complain?
That's not the only thing that's been happening here. This strange disappearings of some of the orphans as well. And impossible feats of questionable origin. We have no idea what's happening. And the elders are a bit worried, but we've been doing some research and hopefully the answers will not stay away from us much longer.
That is very odd.
Have you seen anything like this happening in any other towns around the world?
And that book you took from me this morning was the oddest thing I've seen.
Well, it's a long shot, but perhaps something can be deciphered. Well, usually the council's meeting every day since these occurrences, so by lunchtime, hopefully we have some answers.
Very well. Do you need me for anything today?
You've been traveling, just rest. Talk with your mother, she loves it. Some of the orphans, I'm sure, will be happy to see you as well.
I've got some stories for those guys.
Oh, they do love your stories, Tybalt.
Alright, well, very well. How have things been, though? Anything besides the out of the ordinary, that is?
Besides that, the children grow. Drawl is doing well. His father getting a bit older. Drawl's taking on a bit more work than he normally has done these past couple of years, but
I might actually go see him.
yes, Drawl's good, and Irene should be in town, yes, very soon. She comes, often enough.
Y'all continue small talk for a little bit. As you three get into town, you walk past the farms. You actually get into the center of town for the first time. This town itself is very, very small. It is home to many elves, half-elves, and humans. Not unlike many places you've been before. The largest building in the center looks to be built onto many times, like it started a small house and has slowly over time built into 4 or 5 generations of masonry work. The buildings around it have been simple builds. It looks like small shops. You definitely see a blacksmith across the way and maybe a general store as well. The houses laying around it are kind of scattered, few and far between. But you are welcomed very graciously, but at the same time they seem a little off as well, like something's going on.
Yeah.
And you're not sure if it's your smell or if it's a combination of things.
Yeah, Domic's head is at does it look like this town maybe big enough to have like an inn, or we might have to ask someone for some place to share their bath?
Looking
or
around, you
river?
don't see hardly any actual stay, unless you
Have we seen a river or a pond anywhere?
saw a river coming at us.
Okay, but it was a small one, I believe.
It was more of a stream than a
Stream,
river.
okay.
You could definitely wade it if you wanted to.
All right, I look at my. Let's go with companions.
Stretch.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, well, let's find somewhere to. Oh, what time is it? I guess is the question.
It's
Roughly.
probably mid-morning.
Okay,
So the late
it's
morning?
still pretty early.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What was it you were looking for? Your thing. Let's get
Priorities.
cleaned up first.
Food. Clean.
Well, we have food.
We'll cover the rest.
I say, just chomping on a raw carrot. I'm good for now. Yeah.
A better than
Yeah.
this.
We.
I gesture to all 3 of us. Better than just
I think food, sleep, and
sleep is another good one.
I really like sleep. Shower sleep.
Shower
or clean sleep. Sorry.
I'm into the clean idea. All right, so let's see if we can find an inn or a very charitable household. Maybe, I don't know.
Looking around from the center of town, there's no houses directly here. but there is the large building in front of you. If you want to ask for the shops.
Yeah. Why don't we ask the shop?
Sounds like a plan to go.
Nope.
Which shop do you want to choose?
Oh, just a general shop.
Okay. You see up ahead a general store for sure. It is labeled at the top, Belder's General. Upon walking up to the stop, opening the door, a middle-aged halfling, or half-elf, I'm sorry, is in front of you, welcoming you with open arms. Welcome! Can I help you find anything today?
Yes, my name is Dominic. I'm obviously not from here.
Dominic, I'm Belder. Pleased to meet you.
Very much so. I say, lowering my hood of my robes, illuminating my face a bit more. We were wondering, is there an inn in town or anywhere, or somewhere we could clean up a bit? Those woods are quite treacherous.
Oh, did you come through the forest up north?
Yes, we did.
Very well. There's a river that I can offer you some soap if you would like.
Soap is.
A shudder just goes through me at the concept of soap. That would be just
Usually
fantastic.
it's 2 copper, but y'all need it. Here's a bar on me.
I
No
choose-
offense,
I-
but
What a
it
guy.
looks like you've been
I
traveling for quite
have
a ways.
no offense left to receive. Thank you very much. Myself and my lady appreciates it.
Is there anything else you need? I've got plenty of wares, as you can see.
I think this is going to be our first priority.
Well, if that's all you need for now, please feel
Unless-
free to come back.
Unless you fellas need
Do we
anything.
Yes.
Do we need to?
We've got the
new
best
set of
kind of
clothes?
food, which is free food. So I'm down with
Like I'm with you? I think we're good. Thank you.
Very well.
What was his name again?
Belder.
Beldur. B-E-L-D-U-R?
Correct. You know how to spell. I'm so proud of you. Not many of us around here can spell.
My gate's that way. Beldur's Gate. Thank you. And we'll find something wet.
You were saying?
As you 3 exit the shop, you see more people outside wheeling around more crops. It's an obscene amount.
I'm just going to pick from the various carts. Since people have been so freely giving things, I'm just going to kind of abuse that privilege and just start stocking up. I don't have any bag, so I'm just filling pockets, tucking things into my belt. I'm definitely abusing all of the privileges we've been given.
This is why we keep having problems.
This is why we have no problems right now. We have food, we have soap. What more could you ask?
I'm too hungry to argue with you.
You have food.
Tomorrow. Put a pin in this.
Alright, so are y'all heading to the river?
River? Yep.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
Alright, y'all head to the river with your bar of soap.
Was it relatively close? I don't.
Yeah, you can probably walk there in about 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, should we try to get new clothes, or is that too much? Nah, it's fine. Let's go.
We'll cross that bridge.
Yeah. My cloaks are versatile.
If you would like to,
It was never
if you would like
dirty.
to wash first, I'll give you that privilege.
I don't need your permission, but okay. Yeah, we'll make our way to the river.
Okay. As you all make your way to the river, you cross paths with these guys, and it definitely intrigues your smell. And you've actually never seen a group so diversely dressed in different ways as well.
Okay. Did I see anything else on the way there while doing the rounds? Did I come across anything, or the
Nothing
first intriguing
abnormal.
thing?
No.
Okay.
I will say we look very tired and very excited about just the soap in our hands.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely.
I'm almost skipping.
All right. Well, I'm gonna walk their direction.
Broad-shouldered man with a white cloak.
All right. As you guys are walking towards the river, I'll let you describe yourself. Actually, walking up to him.
I am dressed in hide, with a bow on my back and a dagger on my side, with a small bit of hair put up in a ponytail.
Do you say anything?
I'm just walking up right now.
You'll get within about 6 feet of each other at this point.
Stars blessings. Haven't seen y'all around here.
No, we are new to town. Woodsman. I am Dominic Cynic. You are? I say, like, just looking towards the river, like, very clearly just wanting to...
Dominic, nice to meet you. My name's Draw. These woods around here are kind of my territory. Y'all need something or passing through?
You know, it would have been very nice to have someone of your skill set a little earlier, but I think we're good at the moment.
Well, if y'all need anything, it's no problem.
Hey, you know that river? Just over there? Any
Very well.
aquatic threats we should be aware of? Or?
Oh, down that way there's some gators. There's a big one running around these parts, but you'll know that one if it's coming towards you. I'm gonna pull out my necklace and show like a big white gator scale. Or I guess it'd be a crocodile.
Are we sure there's no inns that just have a bathtubs? I don't.
I'm just trying to get clean.
You're the one.
Oh no,
who did the
y'all
talking.
don't have to worry about it right here. Y'all can clean yourselves.
Every time you talk, we end up. Never mind.
If y'all want, I can wait and escort y'all back to town. I'm sure Edmund would like to meet y'all.
Do you know? Does this character have a bathtub? Or a?
I got a bath at my house.
Water-
Edmund's got a bath in his house. There's a whole bunch of rugrats running around.
Maybe a water source
Helena's
that
used to
won't
taking
quite
care
relate.
of orphans such as yourselves.
Let's go with a not gator option, actually. So yeah, that sounds great.
Bath is good.
Bath is good.
That is good. That is good.
Kind of had enough of danger.
Well,
done.
gather your stuff. It ain't far.
Much appreciated. This town is much better than the last
As-
4 towns we've been in.
As he says, gathers his stuff. I just start walking.
I'm
All
not
right.
gator.
I
I'm gonna
pick
turn
up,
and walk
hold my
straight
shirt
to
as well.
Edmund's.
I pick up my quarterstaff packed.
Let's go.
All right.
My stick, actually.
These
Not
guys don't
even
seem like
quarterstaff.
they're packed for any travel. It's very confusing how they got here. So
Yeah, there's
the
a
way
reason
they
I
get.
want to go straight to Evans.
It's surprising that we've survived.
yep, they're a little odd at this point. As you start walking back, Arena, you actually start walking into town. You actually see Drawl pretty much across the square at this point. It looks like y'all are heading in the same direction.
Do I catch his glance at all, or his eye, or anything?
I assume y'all definitely would catch eyes at one point.
Yeah. So I'll just give you.
By the stars, y'all are in for a treat. Some wine coming to town today.
Do I have Chino with me?
Yes,
Yes.
you have
Trusty
Chino with you.
All right.
Hey, it's me and Chino, my baby, my wine-carrying friend.
Yep.
Okay, so I will. I would assume that I would catch up with Droll, but I'm seeing these.
You smell them
Three.
more than you see them.
I see
that
these
far
3.
Why do you keep saying that?
It's been 10 days since you had a proper bath, okay?
It's been.
And I'm gonna kind of tend to Chino, like rope him up outside the library when I get, or not the library, the orphanage when I get there / library, and I'll just go inside and Drawl. You have guests today?
Yeah, sorry I didn't introduce anybody. Dominic, this is Arene, and I don't think I even bothered to catch y'all's names.
Hello, I'm Arene.
Jethro Higginsby.
Oh,
That's Higgumsbie.
all right.
From Klein. Pleasure to make
I'm
your
not gonna
acquaintance.
ask how to spell that.
As well,
I'm just Remdil.
Randall.
He's got to be
I like
so
this one.
dramatic.
Remdil.
Remdil.
Jethro Higginsby, and
Dominic Simmons.
Evan,
Dominic.
you in here?
Yes, come in, Droll.
I give a bow.
Edmund, you start walking down the stairs, and you see these very differently and oddly dressed gentlemen downstairs.
How are they dressed? Do I recognize
Would y'all like to describe your
what their race
dress and
is,
attire?
you know,
and
what do I
what you
got?
look like?
What am I looking at?
Yeah, I would say Dominic is clearly in very scruffy but priest robes. There's a medallion on his neck, but it's like kind of tucked in, so you can't quite see the symbol. Broad shoulders, tan of skin. He's human. He's pretty human. Doesn't stand out a lot. I took my hood off so you can see him. Just shortish black hair, and just a little bit of goatee. And there's just 1, 2, or 3 layers of dirt. You're probably not quite sure, but the robes are probably fairly clean compared to the rest of me.
Right on.
So, kind of athletic build. Also have a scar on the left side of my face, coming down. Dreadlock, red hair pulled back. Also, fairly dirty, but the clothes look exceptional. I'm just really dirty, but you could tell that the clothes I've had on for quite some time now were really nice.
At some point.
At some point.
I keep forgetting how dope your hair is.
I'm fairly average build. Just general traveler. Very clean cut though. Shaved face, hair kind of put together. Very suave, I guess. Other than that, dirty.
Yeah.
Very dirty. Definitely beaten.
Yeah.
There's some probably dried blood in various.
And
I've seen better days.
You're all human too.
Half elf.
Y'all human.
Yeah, I'd say you probably don't need a great insight to figure out.
Been traveling a while.
Yeah, we don't look like we belong
seen
wherever we
better
came
days.
from.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
I caught a little bit more than a rabbit today.
Yes. Well, no need to cook these ones.
Well,
Just a joke. Just a joke.
we'll see.
Was it a joke? Am I sure?
Helena's
I'm
pretty
gonna
good
look at
cook.
Remdo like,
I'm Edmund.
you're in front, big guy.
What are your names?
Jethro Higginsby. That's Higgumsbie
Yes. Yes.
for the
I
uninformed.
pull out a little journal.
I do
It's like a
very
little pocket
much.
journal.
I do very much actually mimic everything he says as he spells his name. Like
He's
right
got it.
behind him.
And you two.
I'm Remdil.
Rimdale. Interesting name. I like that. Do you know the origin of that?
I couldn't really tell you. I'm up from Snook's Quay.
And you.
Dominic Sennett. Come from a minor noble family up north, but neither here nor there.
Looks like the three of you ran into some trouble.
I wouldn't say I'm trouble.
Good one. Well, there's a bath upstairs. I'm
What was so
sure you
funny?
have quite the tale to tell, but the smell is getting a bit to me in my old age, so take turns. It's right up the stairs to the right.
Man, these small towns just no
I am-
holding back. They
I am
just really
also-
lay into you.
I'm also momentarily departing. It is not because of your smell. I grab 2 bottles of wine out of my satchel. I have to take these to a dear friend.
Oh, you going over to Marla's?
I am, yes.
Oh, don't stay too long.
I will try not to. You know how she is.
She'll be asleep in an hour.
As always, whatever's left that you don't sell, you can bring here, and I'll clear you out.
Absolutely.
All right, as you walk out and y'all walk upstairs, we're gonna take a break.
All right.
Yeah.
And welcome back. You guys take your baths. This is the actual bath where the water is added, and whoever goes first gets the freshest bath.
Dibs.
This would be a great opportunity to roll.
What are we rolling?
No, that would be such a wasted first.
So I'm guessing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay. Okay.
I'm used to it.
All right. You go drop off your wine and have a extremely fun 30 minutes.
Nice. How's Tamarla?
She's already drunk.
Good. Just as I left her.
Classic.
She's excited to see you. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, as always. Okay, so I'll come back to the orphanage.
Yep. As you come back to the orphanage, y'all are finishing up the baths. So you all convene at the bottom of the library / orphanage. And now that y'all have gotten your baths, you've noticed this is an extensive collection for such a small town. This is probably considered a bigger than normal sized library. You two have probably seen bigger,
Yeah,
but for this small village, this is huge.
somewhat out of place.
Looking much better. So, what brings you to our small town?
Why does everyone look at me?
What brings us to this small town?
Closest on the map?
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, you seem like someone who can spin a tale.
I wouldn't call it that, but sure.
I laugh out loud at that.
Don't let him lie to you. He can definitely spin a tale. But are you going to tell him?
You see anything
We're
interested in animals or?
No.
We were told we're looking for an
Not
item,
that guy.
and we were told that it was heading this way. We were kind of hoping that.
I wasn't gonna open with that. I was gonna open with
Well, come on now. Truth or lie, both will be equally as revealing.
True. If you want my story, I am just a simple missionary. I was told to head south. I have.
that. You done?
I wouldn't lie to him. You can tell I've tried.
Fine.
Now y'all see what we've been dealing with.
So, do you happen to know? Could be a coincidence. Could have the wrong house. We may be in the wrong place. I'm saying this as I kind of eye the amount of people in the room, and I'm like, I'm vastly outnumbered here.
I look at all the books.
A Tybalt, perhaps? Maybe
Ah.
Tybalt.
Yes, I know Tybalt.
Got some beef with him, so.
Oh.
You know Tybalt?
Yes.
Beef.
Do you know Tybalt?
Oh, yes, very well.
I grew up with him. He's like a brother to me.
Has he wronged you in some way? I've taught him better than that.
Is he around
I
here?
wouldn't say wronged per se. You see, well, we had a little incident. Not me and Tybalt per se, but a little incident in our last endeavor. And Tybalt appears to have come across something that belongs to me. I'm just here to get it back.
We have no quarrel with the man.
Yeah, no beef with Tybalt specifically, just what he's done, you know.
Okay, so has
Not him as a person.
has
That's
he
what he's done.
stolen something from you, or?
You could put it that way. I had it,
It wasn't
and then I
stolen.
didn't
You're
have
walking
it, and now he has
during
it.
this.
Oh.
So
Well, maybe I can help you. What was
it's
it?
a book about yay high,
very
yay wide,
very gaudy.
Oh, well, he has plenty of books here.
purple,
I'm sure he's got around here.
big jewel on the front. Very big jewel.
You ever see something like that, Evan?
Ah, that would be the one if I could just take it off your. Okay.
Well, see, I told you.
What are the
Well, I haven't
odds?
had a chance. Can you read this?
Of course I can.
Oh, I would be
Why would I have a book I can't read?
happy to give it back to you if you could just let me know what's in it. I'd like to
Of
make
course.
a copy
I'll
or
just,
something.
Yep, thanks.
Yes,
I'll
of
be
course.
sure to tell you what, tonight we'll come by and I'll read you from the book.
Yes, you'll stay here then tonight.
Domic's mouth is just open in shock that something has actually worked out for the first time in several weeks. It's like that was way too easy.
I don't know if we
One-
can
what's
trust
happening?
this
One
guy,
moment.
Evan.
One, you guys.
Yes.
I think I'm walking in at this point. Oh, yes. To Marlo as well. She says hello. I think.
She asleep yet?
No, not quite. She did say hello, but it was
There's
mixed
no
in with
room.
some other words that I didn't quite understand at the time. So,
You say it now.
Renee, could you go find
Okay.
Satisfied. We can leave.
Tell them to come here.
yeah, of course.
Thank you.
So I go up and find.
I think that's a very kind gesture. We wouldn't want to be a burden on you.
Oh, I assure you, what's in that book is not a burden. It's just information is my currency here, you see. And I'd just be very happy to know what's in it. Also, to figure out what happened, we'll bring Tybalt in as well, and we'll be able to solidify our
I'm
stories.
sure he's busy getting other books from other people.
Oh, yes, well, he's in town right now, so.
But we wouldn't want to be rude. Hospitality and all that.
Of course not.
Yes.
I say with a smirk.
While you're here, staying the night, like I said, information is my currency for giving out favors or doing favors for people. Obviously, your payment will be the knowledge inside the book, but there's a general store in town, there's a bakery, there's rest if you want it here, or work if you feel better doing something rather than standing around, but
Rest.
Like,
Rest.
anything in my library is open for you to read, not to take with you, obviously, besides something that you claim is yours for now. If you have anything you'd like to know, I could recommend a book.
As a cleric of the Abiding Church, I can confirm the book, at least when I met him, he had possession of it and lost it foolishly.
Oh, well, that's fine. Like
It
I
was
said,
taken.
there's-
Okay, it was
Just-
taken from me.
I'm only interested in the knowledge inside, not keeping it for myself. I've got plenty here for you to read as well if you're interested in any local history or
If you want to
gods,
learn
races.
another language, he's been teaching me some. I can barely read as of yet, but some sort of Elvish.
He can't read it.
Well, I can read just this one he's been showing me. It's been taking me a little minute.
Elvish.
Well, it's sort of like Elvish.
It's in an Elvish script. It's a bit older. It's called Sylvan.
I've heard of that.
I've heard of it.
Not much.
As you are having a conversation between yourselves, Arene walks in with Tybalt.
Ah, my son!
Father,
Brother!
how's things been?
I'm
Good!
gonna run up and jump on him to hug him.
He almost falls over and beholds you for a second.
Where you been? Tell me everything, man.
Oh, it's been a long tale. Who's your friends?
Ah, they have claimed to be the owner of this book you've brought me.
Heard you've been
They
getting in a little bit of trouble.
They described it perfectly without even having seen it here.
Which one are you talking about that brought you?
I've tucked it in my belt.
I can
But-
see.
But Jethro here is holding it. You know the one.
Oh,
The purple one. Bring it out.
yeah.
Oh, the odd one.
Yeah,
Can you read it?
of course. Why would I have a book I can't read?
Oh, I saw a little bit of translation in those.
Those were my notes.
Are those your
very-
scribbles?
Yes.
Do I believe that? Like, no.
Roll insight.
Alright, not good.
Perfect first roll.
You can roll persuasion or deception on that, depending on which one it is.
I rolled a 5, yeah.
Okay. You definitely believe him.
Definitely wrote those notes.
Oh, good. Perfect. Having someone to read that's a lot easier than translating it on my own.
I agree with that, Father. Especially since I can't read a darn word in there.
I'll take care of it.
Well,
I'm sure to fill you in on just what it says.
Do I recognize the script? Like, whether it's, like, the lettering at all?
no.
Okay.
It is nothing you've ever seen in a book or written down anywhere before.
Okay.
His scribbles are hard enough to read.
Well, Tybalt, just to ease the room a bit, can you tell me where you exactly acquired this book?
This guard actually sold it to me at a very reasonable price of 6 silver. So he was different, something I thought you would be interested in, and I don't think I've ever brought you anything even close to that before.
Not from my memory.
But he said he got it off this poor lad that was rudely interrupting the governor of this town.
That must have been the young man who stole it from me. that was the one. I told you it was taken. That must have been the one.
Didn't you mention him by name?
The guard that I went to, I knew that the young man had been apprehended, went to the guard, and the guard told me that Tybalt, thank you, by the way, was the one who recovered it.
Yes, I mean, Father, if we can copy that book, I think that's good enough for him to loan it to us.
can
Don't you
forward
agree?
it to you.
Yes, either a direct translation of the book or just me copying down the symbols
I mean,
would be just fine.
They can use my room. I can go stay with one of my friends if they would
I
like.
can copy it down right here.
You know you're always welcome to stay with me.
I'll read it, and you can
Sounds
just
good to me.
Instead
I
of copying and then translating, I'll just read it to you.
If we're going to be here for a while, shall we all enjoy some wine?
I'm
Yes.
sure some
Yes,
weary
we
travelers
should.
would like some wine.
I'll go visit Chino.
Okay, very well. You go outside. Tybalt actually gestures you. You want to join us? Let's go help her with the wine.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Well, this may be some boring work for the two of you, but hopefully the wine makes it easier. Are you ready now, or would you like some time?
Sure, I can read you just a foreword, if we will. And I'm kind of making glances over at these two.
I'm just
I think
grinning.
I'd like to reimburse your son for buying the book. Even you're not gonna have
Hey, the
it.
nice man.
I'd like to reimburse the 6 silver.
Well, I would presume you take that up with them, but, you know, if that makes you feel more comfortable.
I think I'd be easier with it. I'm not one for spreading knowledge, but I can fight. I like that.
Yes, well,
I could pay him the 6 silver.
should anything happen tonight, we'll be glad to have you here then.
Oh, is this okay?
After y'all have a quick conversation,
Sip of water.
Tybalt and those two walk back in with the... How many bottles of wine let you bring in?
Probably 5.
So, 2 bottles, and a bottle. 5 in total come in. They look well bottled. Better than you've seen in a while.
Is this that white strawberry wine you brought us last time?
This is actually not. It is I was able to find blackberries. Can you believe it? So this is a blackberry wine.
I'll give it a try.
This time of year. Have you ever had it?
I think you brought it here maybe a few moons ago or something.
It's been a while, so yeah, why don't you take the first sip and I'll pour him a glass.
Okay.
Droll is my best taste tester apart from Tamarla.
It all tastes good to me.
Yeah. Okay. And then
So
there
as
go.
you uncork it, the aroma from the blackberries have almost to a point of sour, but kept the sweet taste of the blackberry with it. So you taste the alcohol in this, but it is the sweetest and most fruitful you've tasted in a while. Even rivaling the white strawberry you had before.
All right, I don't hate this.
Glad to hear it, Droll. Glad to
A
hear
little
it.
on the sweet side.
Yeah, blackberries are sweeter than white strawberries, yes. Would you gentlemen care for some?
You gotta try
Of
this.
course.
Sure.
Sure.
Bottle, and I'll fill all of your glasses. There we go.
You can just. I'll
Some
take
for
that.
you. Now, if you don't like it, remember, I made it.
That was threatening.
She's not very good at jokes.
I thought that one was rather funny, Edmund.
One of your funnier, I should say the best.
Are they for
But this translation, I'm on the edge of my
Oh
seat.
yeah. It's a bit dry, I will say. Are you a fan of religion?
Oh, I have many books about religion.
Well, then you'll love this one. It's a story book. It's got pictures. Don't know if you saw the pictures that are in there. Well, it's about angels and demons.
What
I'll
else?
just give you the foreword of this. And the God between the two. We've talked about this.
The god, yeah.
Men of religion ourselves. We entertain ourselves on long journeys by having friendly debates.
Rimdale's chugging wine.
Keep doing
Your glass is already gone. You're just holding it there at this point.
I'm just gonna
I'll refill
slide
it.
mine over there.
What was the name of this god between the two?
This god is so powerful it doesn't have a name.
That seems hard to believe.
It's-
I come from a monastery, and even the most powerful gods have names.
Well, this
I mean,
is
he ain't stronger than Daewin.
this is personally the god that I follow. We simply call him the one god. That's the name we generally go with. That's what they enjoy.
One god.
One, yeah. Only one of them.
Stomach is clean.
one.
Worship
Stomach
without
has
a
wine.
name. I've never heard of that before. But
Well, I'll just, you know what, let me just, before we get into this, I feel like we need some background, so I'll just set this aside. So you see, the one god, he's up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we are down here. And our goal is to get up here.
so you can ascend to this godhood.
Sort of. So here's the way it works, right? I kind of begin my flourish of storytelling.
Okay.
I get comfortable and just watch.
Is he saying you like become a star?
No. Easily misunderstood. But let me explain. Okay. So the one God, right? He loves us. Okay. We love him. Well, I love him.
How do we love him if we don't?
Getting there. You're really cutting me off.
I'm gonna need some more of this one.
Same.
And I'm doing very dramatic pauses.
I just say, it gets better, trust me.
Yeah. As a man of the cloth himself, he attests to that. So
So you follow this god.
Oh, no, I follow my goddess, Avaya. And as I say this, you said there's a lot of books around here, right?
Oh, yes.
Can I just make a passing scan to see if I can see because I have a Bible. It's pretty common where I'm from. Can I see if there is any word from my god just lying around here?
Roll a perception check.
I would love to. I'm good at that. Ooh, natural 20. 22.
Doing a quick scan, you actually find a religious book that looks somewhat in the same build as your book. So it definitely stands out to you beyond the other ones in that aspect. There's no title on it, but it has the same exact style build as your Bible.
I'll just clock that and like slowly make my way over here. But him being on the hot seat is way more interesting right now. So I just continue.
Like I was saying, before I was really interrupted, the one God wishes for us all to become our own personal gods, if you will, and reach the same level, still below, but same level as him or her. Okay.
So it's the same but different.
Same,
Exactly.
but different. You're getting it, see? I'm glad. So the way we
I'm
do
not
this is by making offerings to the one God, as you do to many gods.
Like a rabbit?
Naturally.
No. So the way that this would work
Like
is
wine?
the followers of the one God will go to their local priest and make the offering to him.
Oh, like at
And
a
then-
monastery.
Yes, and then he will make that offering to the God.
So,
Except the monastery is within us. So as a priest myself, the offering would come to me, and I would then take it up to the big guy.
so not a monastery.
I mean, the monastery is within.
I think he
The
said
same,
he's
but
a
different.
monastery.
Same but different. Yeah.
I'm not sure that you know, are fully grasping what the
Monastery?
concept of a monastery is.
I got that.
He's the building.
I'm the building. Yes.
It's several
Where I go,
buildings.
Arena,
The church
I think
goes.
it's important to note that there are many different religions in this world, and to discount one's religion because it does not match your own is a bit rude to outsiders on their first day here.
You're right, Edmund. I apologize. I'll uncork another bottle of wine.
the piety and worship of us followers, it extends to the priests ourselves. So if you would wish to follow, you would go to the local priest, which in this case would be yours truly, Jethro Higginsby, and I would commune for you on your behalf. As being one God, it's a lot if everyone went to him directly, so it goes through, sort of like a conduit, if you will, like an oracle some religions have. Oracle, priest, all in one, right here.
So where does this book fit in then?
This book, glad you asked. It's the story of the birth of the one God's kingdom and what is there.
Oh, that sounds like something.
So there's some angels and some demons in here. They wage war, but are also friends. There's a little spicy romantic number towards the end, but we'll get there. Okay. The way it works is the angels and the demons, as we know, bitter enemies, rivals, hate each other. Okay? They fight until the one God said, "Hey guys, cut it out. Just stop." Okay?
You know, I think something may be a bit easier than all this. I do love the knowledge.
Glad.
I was wondering perhaps if you could just decipher the alphabet in there, and then I could copy it and translate it. It would take more than a single night to go through the whole thing.
That sounds much
But
easier.
if I had a key for the alphabet in there, then I'd be able to transcribe it.
A brilliant idea.
Lots easier.
A brilliant idea.
It is, in fact, a good idea.
And,
But
and while you give him the key, I have my rounds to make. Gentlemen, I'm sorry, I must excuse myself. I have much wine to deliver, and actually a letter as well, so excuse me.
As she walks out, we're taking a break.
So, a simple alphabet then.
this is not written in an alphabet per se. It's more of a phraseology-based language that when each word is kind of written as a symbol. So it would take some time.
Well, if you could do that for me, that would be great. There's some spare paper in quill mink over here. I have to look to the town for a moment. There's been some strange things happening, but...
As y'all start speaking, Helena yells from the kitchen, "I'll have lunch ready in like 20 minutes!"
You know, we should eat lunch. We've been traveling like
Yes,
some time.
of course you're free to stay here and
It
dine
was a
with
long
us.
travel, so possibly some rest. Maybe I could translate this like tomorrow
Yes.
or the next day.
As long as you need to stay, it's fine with us.
That's a great idea.
Y'all are in
get
for
right
a
on.
treat if you're gonna have Helena's cooking.
Yes, my
Should have
wife
seen what
is
she did with the fox I brought in.
Quite good.
Dang, I'm missing lunch.
And Edmund, was it?
Yes, yes.
Would you mind, and I point to the book that looks close enough to my Bible, would you mind if I take a quick gander at this here book? It has some similar ideologies as my goddess, I think. I'd be curious to see what's made its way south.
Is it on here?
No. It is your Bible in Elvish.
It's the same thing?
So I'll take it down. Religious book, good eye.
Yeah,
And do you read Elvish?
I actually do.
Then you'll be able to read this just fine. It's about a god named
Avaya.
Avaya, I see.
And I'll pull out my Bible and just like compare to see that it's like exactly the same. And I'll think, I'll say, yeah, this god is pretty common where I'm from. In Valaxium, it's strange to see it travel this far south, though. You must have some great resources to have picked this up, even along the way.
Oh yes, he's got some great resources right here, right, Father?
Oh, yes, Tybalt is one of many Gaunts. Gaunt is my family name. I'm Edmund Gaunt the 16th, actually. And this library was built by my 16th great-grandfather.
You just start counting on your hands.
I help.
This, as you may have noticed from the outside, has been built onto many times. And
It's quite impressive.
the center of the town, some of these books are quite old, so I do have a private collection that you're able to look at, of course, but just I would like to handle them.
Of course.
You can take that and read it if you would like, and if at some point I would like to look at your version, is it in
Of course.
the common tongue?
I believe mine is in common? Yeah, mine is in common.
Well, I'd just like to look at it as
Certainly,
well.
certainly.
I love books.
That sounds like a fair trade to myself.
But you guys stay here and have some lunch. I'm gonna have to go talk to some of the other elders about some strange things afoot. But
Most gracious.
enjoy yourself, and Tybalt will be able to help you with anything you need.
As you guys peruse the library, I'm assuming, while you're waiting.
I'd like to look for religious book. Or where does he have like a religious section? Like is there like sections in this
He
library?
definitely keeps it organized.
Okay. I'm going to the religion zone.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna kind of peruse and see how vast his religious knowledge is. That's what I'm saying. How much religion does he know about?
It's pretty vast, but it's not specific, and it ages.
There are some specific ones. If you want to kind of look through this, you can.
Yeah.
All you guys. This is just what we have down. There's more books than this.
Wow. You
but
came prepared.
Is it just okay?
Here, if y'all are all gonna peruse, here's a second copy.
Edmund, seeing as how I brought these guys instead of my normal herbs, is there anything you need me to go back out and get, or should I just pick it up tomorrow?
I'd like you to stay here with them, and if they need anything, you know the town and the surrounding area better than anyone. So, obviously, you're welcome to lunch, and any
I planned on lunch.
Any questions they have, I'm sure between you and Tybalt, you can answer for sure.
Alright, Tybalt, sorry. No hunt today for us. Maybe in the morning?
Definitely, I'll take you up on that. Haven't shot a bow in a while.
I think Art's got an extra one for you.
Talking about that old oak one. That's really hard to pull back, but I think I can do it now.
Oh, it's a longbow. If you know what you're doing with one.
We'll see how I do. Last time I used it, I think I missed completely.
I can't shoot that thing anywhere near where I'm trying to aim for. I can barely do that with this thing. I kind of point to my short bow.
Yeah, I think that's what I used last time I shot that little rabbit.
Yeah, it ain't bad, but
I've been shot with one of those.
yeah.
I nod solemnly.
I never think I shot a person with one. Well, not
Bet
on
it
purpose.
Just keep drinking.
And Bill hears a bit
Well,
of
anyway, Tibble. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Wormdeal.
Rimdil, the arrow catcher.
well,
Alright, well, you want to come hunting with us in the morning?
some of him caught the arrow.
I think I'd love to. Yeah.
Alright, well, bright and early.
Very well. It's gonna be a 3-man hut.
Maybe you could tell me about some of the animals you got back where you're from.
A lot of fish.
We got some fish here too. A lot of crocs too.
I was almost drowned by a whale once.
These two interacting just gives me lifeblood.
It's a lot of content.
I was there.
What's a whale?
I think
I didn't know
I've
either,
read
too.
about those before. Edmund, you
You ever heard
what's
of
a
a whale?
whale? Isn't that like a big fish?
Yes.
Like, have it
it's
like a crocodile?
Not technically
think
a
it's bigger.
fish, but it's quite large and around the oceans, not really the streams or the rivers.
That's right.
I've heard those ocean fish are big.
I think it's
Well,
bigger
what-
than any fish.
I had to let go of it.
You caught it?
But let's talk about that on the hunt. We are not done with this conversation.
There's a hunt? I've been so like distracted by just reading through his books.
Yeah, Higgum's Bottom. You trying to come hunting in the morning?
Hey, the movie.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I have spelled it for you. And I say way too loud. Is this one that slow? Like, is he slow?
I'm sorry, I can't quite hear you.
Nothing. I did find some interesting books I would love to read. Can I just take them down, read them?
Oh, yes, which ones are you interested in?
I recognize by cover, not so much name, so I'm just gonna take these two, and I grab 2 books off the shelf and just kind of take them. And I go to a little side table and just start like feverishly reading through them as fast as I can.
You've got a little orphan sitting next to you.
Little guy.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Hey there, little
Small
fella.
orphan.
Little 8-year-old is sitting next to you. She looks over at you. What you reading?
A book.
I am too.
Can I see what is it, like a storybook? Like what?
It's a children's storybook for sure.
I'm gonna like look over and be like, he dies in the end. And I'm gonna kind of like turn, flip through my book.
Mr. Edmund!
I assume I've walked out. I'm going to find the elders.
she walks away with her book.
Good.
Really, really sad looking.
Just
All right.
the worst.
You
Have a letter to deliver.
yes.
Along with a lot of wine.
Yes. You walk in. When you deliver to the baker, you get a nice cream cake from today. It is his
Yay.
daily special.
Oh, thank you very much. You never have to give me such things.
But I can't argue with this wine.
I do work very hard on it, and it is very appreciated.
Of course.
Thank
Come
you.
back. Tomorrow we're having glazed rolls.
Oh, I love glazed rolls.
Yes. And you enjoyed the last one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what are you all doing? You're reading the book.
Reading feverishly.
Which books are you reading?
A Voice from the Flames, 1 and 5.
Okay.
The beginning
1
and
and 5.
You don't have 2, 3, or 4. So yeah.
All right.
Those 2.
You start. It is extremely hard to even grasp the first pages.
I'm aware, but I'm just panic reading at this point.
Okay.
So you're just reading Genesis and then like Revelations.
Yep.
No, I'm reading Genesis 1 and the end of Revelation.
All right. Roll a intelligence at disadvantage.
Oof.
Let's go and put that one aside. 20 and a 9. So 9.
Okay. You get through. You see a couple words you understood, meaning the and,
No.
and a few like that. Reading this quick.
I already knew those 2.
Reading this quick, it is so hard to translate, even in a thick book, meaning thick book, that you're gonna have to sit here for days just to figure out a couple words.
I'll be here a while. If I could just one more word, that'd be great.
Okay.
And by the way, I'm very apart from them. I'm taking my book and making notes
Okay.
as I read.
Okay. All right. What are the rest of you doing right now? You're definitely delivering wine. You're reading.
We're talking, but I'm gonna get up and go find a book that I know is on the bookshelf of like the surrounding animals and stuff to like reference our conversation.
Okay. Definitely do that. Are you with these guys or?
I'm just enjoying my wine and basking in the truth that is my actual religion, and just hanging out, just watching, and just
Very well. Edmund, you do anything specific?
Well, I'm going to find Ayla and Yellerin
Okay.
to discuss our new friends and see if anything else is strange about this town.
All right. So as you
waiting for lunch.
get to Alar's house,
That's where I'm going.
yep. Renee is actually at the door before you.
Oh! I mean... Sorry. Edmund.
As he answers the door. Ah! It's very nice to see all y'all again.
Yes.
Would you come in? What is that?
It is a letter from Uri.
Oh, very well. Come in, come in.
I shall.
Thank
Did you bring some of that wine? I'll bring the glasses out.
Of course I brought the wine.
So, he sits down, pours the wine for everyone. Make sure y'all are all settled. Would you like anything to eat while you're here? I've got some...
I missed lunch, so that would be
There's some fresh bread I got from the bakery earlier.
perfect. Perfect.
He goes to the kitchen, grabs you a little bit of bread. It's like, it's great in that wine. I've already tried it when I was out back. So he sits down, opens the letter. And immediately, halfway through the letter, his face goes white.
I hope I did not deliver bad news.
It says,
I haven't read it.
it is very disturbing, but nothing to worry about.
Do you wish it to remain private, or can you share? Are you...
I'm sorry, but if you don't mind, I'd rather just keep it between the elders for now.
That is fine.
But if you don't mind, I will share with you.
Yes, would you like...
After we finish our wine, of course.
Perhaps after that, Renee could summon Yellerin to join us?
Yes, definitely.
If that's okay with you, my dear.
I have
Please.
much more wine to deliver. Yes.
Yes.
I should be on my way anyway.
Okay. So y'all finish your wine, have a little bit of small talk.
Then I'll go get...
As soon as you
I'll
start to
excuse
leave.
myself.
Yep. I'm assuming about 20 minutes later, Yellerin will come up.
In that 20 minutes, can I?
You
ask
sure
for-
can. He can, and he just leaves it to you. What are y'all doing in this time frame?
I think this is my lunch.
Helena,
Probably
actually,
eating.
in this time frame, Helena will actually bring out food.
Yeah. That's
It looks to be a bird of some sort. It looks like it is.
good enough.
It looks like it is blackened. The inside is completely white, and you open it up. It looks moist, and it smells like almost like a scent of honey. Like something was spiced in it
Herbs.
to have it a sweet smell to it.
I told you boys the stars are watching over you today. Coming to eat with Helena. Just keep your eyes on it, 'cause sometimes you'll eat faster than you realize and it'll all be gone.
Good advice. Thank you. And I do...
Want to be like staring at mine
Not listening.
while I take bites.
Whenever you bite into it, it's like the juices add more sweetness to the bite.
Helena, you have outdone yourself again.
Oh, you're too kind.
Man, I'm bringing everything I hunt here from now on. Art is not gonna like that.
Well, Art is always offered a plate. If you want, he can take whatever's left.
I'll have to take something back to him.
Please do.
He's in a little bit more pain than usual.
Please. I hope he's feeling better. Is he just...
It's his back, per
I'm
usual.
sorry. Please add more to it. And I made some herbal tea, if you would like that as well.
I appreciate that. Once we're done here, I'll take him something.
That'd be great. And please, take as much as you want. So after you finish reading, Yelrin comes in not long with Irene. Thank you, Irene. I appreciate the walk over here. Yelrin sits down, grabs the wine that's on the table, pours him some. So I heard there was some kind of endeavor with a note.
Yes, it's something I believe Ayla will be able to tell us a bit more about, but does not bode well from the tone.
Why don't you just read it out loud so we can all hear it?
The rituals are breaking. Something has happened to them. The pillars are cracking faster than they were supposed to. The suppression won't last much longer. At this rate, we have months left, not years, not decades. I'm afraid there is something countering our suppression. We must check on the other 12 locations and see how the pillars are holding up. I am doubtful. This is most disturbing. Please send a letter back. Ewan.
Elor speaks up. The pillars at the monastery are not for decoration. They are there as part of a ritual that happened centuries ago to suppress the sorcery that was trying to destroy this world. There was a cult that grew so strong that they could have destroyed a civilization in a matter of 2 or 3 days. A group of mages, you could say, got together from all over this land and decided to give their life to suppress magic to what it is today. Each one of those pillars are one of their lives.
As you know, much younger than the both of you. The tales of magic are but tales to me, and barely in your range as well.
Yes, the suppression is merely a candlelight to the fire it used to be.
I have one of the most extensive libraries in the world, and I've never heard of this before. How well guarded of a secret is this?
My father is one of those pillars.
So only by family you know this information.
I'm not even supposed to know.
Should they break, there's no cult now.
They are supposed to last millennia, not centuries. The spell was meant to last forever. Something is making it break. Those stone pillars were perfect but a month ago. There should be no cracks.
That may explain some of the strange things that have been happening. Unexplainable.
Yes, I believe that would give a child a jumping range of more than we know. Or
What about you? You've mastered the most simple of techniques, lighting candles. Have you seen a flourish in your ability at all?
he goes up to a candle and just snaps his finger, and it barely lights. No, it seems to be the same as always. It could be just affecting a few or just leaking out in trickles. There is no telling what it really is. I wish I knew more, but as a child, I unfortunately overheard at the monastery. Got curious. As years went on, I went by and kind of snuck in, and eventually outright asked. I'm honestly surprised Uin himself knows. Because Osas is the one that should know.
That is the head elder at the monastery, correct?
He is the head. Osas Osen is not the friendliest, though.
Well, this letter comes not from him, but from you.
Yes, Uin is definitely a friend of us. He would, if he knew anything, tell us what's going on. Thing is, how do we handle it from there? What can we do?
Well, if we have months, as Ewan says, and not the magic to repair the pillars, for sure, this world will get chaotic quickly, with magic abounding. The evils and the good will be magnified.
Yes, that is very true.
I think we could go to the monastery and see for ourselves, but as you are the only person who's even knowing of this, I don't see what we could do to repair the pillar.
I do not either. The original spell itself is long lost with these pillars. I mean, who would want to give their life to suppress magic like this?
I have some very old books that speak of spells, of course, and from my knowledge of these books, it seems to be, wondrous to us, but nothing on the level of worldwide magic. I've seen things of creating ice or fire or things controlling elements, maybe, but nothing to this level. Even the books I have, the oldest of them, the rarest of them, wouldn't help in this situation.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the mages' books were obsolete or burned, or were not able to be properly read. It's like magic destroyed itself as it died out.
Well, I'm not sure what to do. There's only one book in this town that I know nothing about, and it's just come in recently from Tybalt and these travelers we've met. It's in a script I don't recognize, but the longest of shots.
Yes. Maybe we should keep an eye on them.
Certainly, they're staying at my place and being well fed, with no aggression or suspicion. Needs to be even noticed. There's no suspicion to notice. We're treating them as guests, as this town has always done to travelers.
Yes, we'll keep an eye on them as you're at your place. Just to see if anything is out of the ordinary. We don't get many travelers through here anyways.
Yes, if you would like to look at the book, I'm sure that could be arranged if you would like to come to my house now, but the only person well-versed enough in languages beside myself is you, Ayla.
Yes. Well, maybe I'll take a look, but I believe you know just as many languages as I do now.
Yes, and learning more, hopefully.
Yes. You're quite a knowledgeable one. I've always enjoyed that about you.
Yes, and you as well. To speak to one who's been around for so long, the books only tell so much. It's good to hear first-hand accounts as well.
Well, my accounts don't go far from here, but I do enjoy my time with you.
Yes. Not many people can tell me first-hand stories about my great-great-great-grandfather, so...
Oh, he was a odd one, if I remember correctly. My memory is going lately.
Yes. Well, I suppose my family in general is a bit odd.
Well, Tybalt looks well. I saw him earlier.
Yes, he's been getting about in the world and surely meeting lots of strange and wondrous beasts, friends, foes. He handles himself, though. I believe they're going on a hunt tomorrow. Yelrin, I know you love the hunt as well. That may be a good time for you to meet one of the more broad members of their group. Rimdale, I believe his name was. Looks like he's got a good back. Quite strong.
Looking over at Yelrin, he actually has not looked up from his wine glass. He still has not looked up or even said a word this entire time. Alar speaks up. Yelrin, are you okay? As Yelrin finally looks up and looks at both of you. How could either of you talk about enjoyment or what to do at this point? We need to figure out a strategy on what could happen.
Well,
As you know, if magic comes back, the stories of war between mages are something that I would never want to see again.
Well, of course, but if magic is destined to come back as it seems so, we can only do but our best. You have to realize, all the stories from that long ago were not all of war and evil. They were able to do magnificent things. Famine was but an idea. Everyone was well fed. Everyone had clean drinking water. Everyone was able to visit faraway lands with relative ease.
But war is nothing as destructive as it was then. Alar speaks up in front of everyone. If it makes you feel better, I will go myself and look at these pillars.
With the only knowledge we have of the pillars, it would be your duty to do so, I believe. Keeping these guests and their book within our town would be just as protective as us as we are of them. I fear we've already seen the beginnings of magic. That's explaining a lot of the strange things happening. I may even dare to say it may be less than months.
Yes, that is a lot to happen within the last week or two. Maybe we should ask the travelers if they've seen anything odd.
Yes, I think talking to them would be good. We've been not going into full interrogation as they were a little beat up and dirty, and they're being well fed now by Helena, but I do believe we need some answers.
You know, the wine is quite good. Maybe we should give them a little bit of reason to speak.
Yes, they've been drinking Arine's wine already, actually.
Yes.
Perhaps they're a little looser.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking about. Maybe we'll convince Arine to maybe give up a little bit of that extra she always brings. With a little bit of compensation, of course.
Yes, we'll go to the town treasury and pay her for the full lot, maybe?
I don't see why not this time.
Yes, and she may have some inside information as well.
Very well. We'll see if she knows anything, since she is from the monastery.
Yes, exactly.
But I think I better head out to the monastery myself. I might be able to make it right after sundown.
Very well. Yelrin, would you like to join me at my house and talk to our guest?
Yelrin looks up at you, just shakes his head. I'm going to do some digging myself in my personal library that you've read over. See if I can find anything. I might be over tonight.
Very well. I'll head back to my house then.
All right. They exit, and you head back to your house. All right. As you all are finishing up lunch, Edmund walks through the door with a definitely more worried face than before.
Everything good? Lunch was delicious, I'm sure.
I think we were about to ask you the same thing. Everything good on your end?
Seem troubled.
Yes, a bit of questionable news when talking with the fellow elders. I believe Yelrin will be by later tonight to talk with us all. There's been some strange things happening in our town, as I'm sure you've overheard me saying. Anything out of the ordinary happen with you all?
I told them to keep their eyes on the food.
Yes.
I wouldn't say out of the ordinary.
You mean on our travels here or just in the day?
The past month or so, anything
There was a fish.
strange to explain, or
The fish were a little odd.
No,
what
not
about
that.
these fish?
They just smelled really bad. Like
Like rotted?
Well, they were
Were they out of the water?
literally
I
rotten.
mean, they were definitely rotted, but like
That-
this was a whole.
Were they alive still?
No, that's just how dead fish work. They were
Way worse.
alive. It was nothing out of the ordinary.
I mean,
Anything else? Any strange? How did you say you lost that book again? Was it presumed stolen, or
Some
did it?
kid, I'm guessing, took it. We were Remdil here, prize fighter, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Prize fighter. We were watching one of his grand fights.
That's when I got hit with the arrow.
Someone
Gladiator.
took the bag.
That makes sense.
That's why, as you see, I have nothing. He took my bag and ran. The only thing I cared about was this book.
That's mostly correct.
As you guys are talking, a large crack is heard from outside.
Oh boy.
Huh.
I'll run outside.
As you run outside, everyone is looking
Run outside as well.
Everyone is looking up in the sky.
You will follow their gaze.
What's happening? Is this normal?
As you look up, it looks like almost a rip in the sky,
Oh boy.
almost the shape of a lightning strike, and it is just sitting there. And the area around it looks like it's starting to get dark. But only directly around that.
Edmund?
Edmund.
Is this normal? Does this normally happen
Are these
here?
the weird
No.
things you've been talking about?
Nope, this is nothing. This is nothing like anything we've talked about. Edmund?
Draw, can you get all the kids inside, please?
Remdil's going inside.
Both of you.
You're all welcome to stay inside as well if you would like.
I'm actually gonna go
I'm
get
gonna
my
go-
bag
I'm gonna-
and grab my.
Okay.
I'm gonna go walk around and try and convince town people to go inside.
Yes, good idea, good idea.
Roll persuasion.
I run inside and start gathering up the orphans.
Okay.
In fact, actually, can you three find anyone who looks to be a bit lost and tell them to come here to the library?
Go to the library.
And I'll scatter off and start telling people to go to my library. Kind of
Okay.
the backup safe house. You know what I
Okay.
mean, right? For the town.
Yeah, so
I'm not very
go to the
persuasive.
library, coming out with my club and backpack.
Okay. As you all, you go inside, get your stuff. You start telling people, a few of them going inside. You're everyone else telling people to go inside, or what?
I'm more in like awe.
Okay.
It's like I'm whispering blessings under my breath, and sort of just like Is it you? Like, that whole situation, like, is this the sign that we've been waiting for?
That's exactly actually what I was gonna say. I pull my holy symbol from tucked in, and start just rubbing it and just muttering under my breath,
Okay.
and just watching in shock and awe.
And you're going to tell people to meet in the library?
I'm going into the library to gather up the orphans and like get them into their room.
Okay.
And stuff.
Just when things are looking up.
Razim is still missing from this morning.
All right. Well, then I'm going to come out and go looking for him.
Okay.
Sorry.
Looks like we got everybody but Razim.
Remember where he was the other day when we found him? By the well. Go check there. Go check there.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
I was gonna say, I guess I see them just standing there, and I'll be like, "You need to move."
You fed us. What can we do to help?
Get inside. Do not get harmed by this.
Is it harmful?
As
Okay,
y'all look
that's-
up at it again, it looks like it's static. It's not moving. The clouds around it, as it gets close, get dark, but as they pass by, it's normal clouds again. But everything around it is directly dark, almost like a dark shadow is being cast on anything it touches.
I'm going
I'm
to
fine.
see if there's
Shelter.
pictures in the book.
You look through the book, you don't see anything. Like, you skim through it
I'm
over
just,
and over.
like, pouring through it, like, come on, there's gotta be something. It's a book.
Do I have any inkling from any kind of book I've read?
You've never seen anything like this before. You've never read anything about this before. It is very odd.
How am I doing looking for this kiddo?
Roll a investigation check.
That would be a strong 10.
So you search as much as you can around town, you even search the farm areas. The well was empty the first place you found, but you have not seen him or any trace of him.
Okay, I'm gonna start like asking people as I
Okay.
go from kind of spot to spot.
Asking people, no one says anything. The baker says that he saw him early this morning, but it's been hours.
Where at?
He was walking outside in the square.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep looking. I'm not going back without him.
Okay.
I'm gonna go make sure that Tomorrow's inside, and then I'm gonna go try and get Chino, try and coax him inside of the.
Okay. You get to Tamarla's house, and she is talking to a pillow on her bed.
Good, as she should. Right where
Okay.
she should be. I'll
Yep.
just leave her there.
Okay, sounds good. It was a very good conversation about horseshoes.
Ah, yes, horseshoes. Reasonable.
All right. You all at the library. You're still searching. You don't see him anywhere.
Still searching.
Yep. At this point, the whole town's been searched.
While he's kind of doing that, after
Yep.
I tell the people around, I'm gonna like sketch what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Like draw it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go into the woods and start like looking at spots I think he could have gotten to.
Roll me another investigation check.
A 6.
Okay. You start searching around as hard as you can, and it's your areas you know very well and areas you've seen him just play around in. You search there, you don't see him anywhere. You just start searching through the woods, and at this point, it's just
Okay, I'm gonna head back to the library and let Edmund know, see if he
Okay.
kind of made his way back by now.
okay.
And it's still just there, and it's still just static.
Yep, it hasn't moved. It looks like there's something moving, but it's not moving itself.
Right when things were looking up for once. Of course.
I'm like on my knees with the book, like just almost like a toddler, like just like sounding out words slowly, like very shakily, like just anything, like
Okay.
just trying to say a word that may bring something forth. Because I'm lost.
Okay. You say that, and nothing happens.
Has Yelren made himself present? Have I seen him going through the square or anything?
After about 5 minutes, Yelren comes almost running to you. It's like, Edmund, what have you read about this?
Oh, well, believe I'm writing the book on it now. I've gotten everyone inside from the town. I've asked new friends to help. The sound, could it be the pillar?
I heard it from my bedroom. It sounded like it came from above, so I'm assuming maybe it. Have you ever heard of anything ripping the sky? I know it's odd.
Fiction, maybe. I've heard something like that, but nothing I can recall. Wish Ayla was here.
Yes, he left like an hour ago, so maybe he's on his way back. Maybe he didn't even hear it or see it.
I think we should just keep everyone inside for now. That's the best we can do.
Yes, maybe keep an eye on it through our window.
Yes.
So, he kind of gestures everyone inside the library at this point. It's like, do we have everyone accounted for at least?
Droll should be back soon. He was going to find Razine.
Very well. I hope he gets back soon. As he just kind of peers out the window looking up.
I'll start going to like my old kind of restricted section books and glancing over titles to see if anything kind of rings a bell or if I'm trying to remember any small detail about some of these older stuff.
Roll investigation for me.
Investigation, I guess, would be 4.
Okay. You peruse your collection of old books and more books you like to keep away from others. You don't see anything about this. Everything you look at, you're just like, nope, I remember reading that. That had nothing to do with it.
Quick question. Like, how high is it in the sky? Does it look like this is something that's directly over this town? Or is it like, this might be able to be seen from, like, anywhere?
It looks high up, but the clouds are not under it. So you see the clouds pass over it, it looks like. So it's higher than any feasible way to get up to. So, anything else you'll want to do?
I'm just gonna keep like my eyes open as I hurry back.
Okay.
Is panicking a free action?
Sure. I'll give it to you.
I panic as a free action.
Would you like to do as a bonus action tip?
Once the city like is completely clear, I'm just gonna like slam the book shut and like grab him by the arm and just be like,
Did you do this?
This is
Is this you?
It's not me. It's not you. Let's
not
go.
me.
Like we are out of our element.
Okay.
This is worse than the whale.
Far worse than the whale. And I'm gonna kind of grab you and like go inside.
Where are you on all this?
I'm probably inside already.
Okay.
Grab him though.
Probably grabbed my bag, walked out the door, was like, nah.
Nope.
Back inside.
Pass.
Okay. You get back. By the time you're back, no one's in the streets. And by the time you're to the library, it seems like everyone is in the library, including a few other civilians that were on the streets.
Okay, I'm gonna assume Razim is back.
Razim's not back.
Well,
You don't see
I'm gonna
Razim.
go in hoping that he is.
Okay. You go in. You look around. You even say his name out loud, and he does not respond. He is nowhere to be seen.
Alright, I'm gonna just try to go find Edmund and let him know.
All right. He's pretty easily found.
I'm looking through old shit.
Edmund, is Razim in here? I haven't seen him.
I have not either. Was he not by the well?
Not by the well, not at the baker's, not at the blacksmith, not in the woods.
Well, he's a smart boy. Maybe he's hiding. He should be. Wish he would come back here, but you know how he is. But he's smart enough not to get hurt, at least. Trouble, maybe, but not hurt.
Well, let's hope so, but I looked everywhere I could. I'm a buckle down now.
There was something moving. That was Yelrin yelling from the window.
I'm gonna run out the door and like kind of crack it and look up.
You look up. You don't see anything at all.
I'll,
What'd you
where?
see?
Where?
Yeller?
It looked like something up there. I don't know how to describe it. It was just like a dark mass.
Perhaps I've got some sort of magnification around here. Do we have any sort of... I mean, I'm sure I have like a...
You probably have like a small piece of glass that acts as a magnifying glass, but nothing to this extent. It's more for like reading.
Yeah. There's one book here. Hold on.
Can I try to glance through The Mystery of Planes? A book that theorizes different planes of existence beyond the ones known of. See if like this something in there.
You look through it. It is very old and faded. Glancing through it really quick, roll me an intelligence check.
Excellent.
15.
Okay. You read through it. It is very vague on everything. It looks like someone that barely had any knowledge on it wrote it. It does give you a little bit of information on how magic used to be able to open planes. And that's the closest thing you can find.
So keep staring at that rip in the sky.
Okay. Roll perception check for me.
Yeah, 13. Oh,
Okay.
14, sorry.
So, after staring at it for about an hour, you see what looks like a dark mass kind of turn inside of it.
Oh, yeah. Something moved. Edmund.
Yes.
Edmund.
As I'm still kind of flipping through. Yes. What?
Stare up at it.
All right.
A little bit of time passes, nothing happens.
Yes.
Keep staring. It'll come.
I'm like glancing down at my book and like looking
Up
back
here. Trust me.
While they stare at it, I'm gonna go check and see that Wrath is not like out on his own in the woods. Because I know that he's a loner.
Okay. You go out in the woods. Roll a investigation check for me.
Okay.
And as you're staring
Ooh.
at it, roll perception for me.
Me?
Perception for staring at it.
You
You're good.
What's perception? What's wisdom in that?
You said investigation?
Yep.
15.
It's strong too.
Strong too.
Yeah.
15?
15.
15. So you start looking. You look at his house first. You don't see him. You look through the woods. He is not there. On your way back, you see him poking out his head out the window, looking up from his house.
Okay. Wrath,
Yeah.
stay inside.
You like the stick I got you?
I do, thank you.
Did you see that?
I did, thank you.
What is it?
I don't know.
Who broke the sky?
When I find out, I will let you know.
Let me know how to fix it.
I will. Stay inside, buddy.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll go.
You after flipping a few pages, and you're like, you sitting there just stare at it. About 20 minutes pass as you're like mostly looking at your book, and you look up and you just see from one of the corners of this rip, you see a large mass come out and just quickly dart back in. You see this as well.
Do you see that?
Unfortunately, yes.
I told you what wasn't lying. What do you think it is?
Something I don't think we have the tools to deal with.
Is there a bottle of wine anywhere nearby?
Yeah, I make wine, bud.
Perfect. I'm just gonna grab the nearest bottle and I'm just gonna pour it up. It's our last day, boys.
I assume Helena
Maybe
is,
we
like,
should be
playing
clear-headed?
games,
No.
stories,
Helena is
keeping it chill
with the orphans,
kids.
kind of distracting him at this point.
The silver piece says we somehow get blamed for this.
I generally do.
I'll throw down a gold
I mean, my
piece.
bottles of wine
You got anything?
cost 4 silver pieces, so.
Not the wine.
I feel this is
So at this point, it's probably getting close to dinner time.
Not thinking about that.
I'm not hungry.
I've
Looking at this
I've
thing.
scrawled through a few books at this point now.
Okay.
and
As y'all keep watching, you see the sun start to set. Everyone roll perception.
Oh, there we go.
back to my books.
5.
18.
12.
3.
13.
Well, the second natural 20 in a row.
Okay.
I'm real good
Everyone
at seeing
15 and above. So I believe that's you two.
Yep.
the pointless natural 20s.
As it gets darker, you see more and more movement up there.
Edmund, it might be time to get your nose out of that book again. Looks like it's acting up.
Oh, that's not good. I'm afraid I'm at a loss here. I've normally got the answers, and it's quite frustrating to be in this position.
I'm not gonna lie, kind of thought you knew everything.
I continue praying.
I'd like to interrupt his prayer. And I'm gonna very quietly, till only he can hear him say, "So how real do you think your God is?" pure god, could she get us out of this?
I don't know. I'd like to find out. So
I'm just gonna put an arm around him and I'm gonna mimic his prayer.
now of all times, now
What can I say?
after weeks.
All right.
You know what? Fine. Here, I'll give you the common Bible, and I'll grab the Elven one.
I'm just gonna start reading it. Don't even want to read. I'm just reading.
Okay.
I'm just like,
I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna go outside
Terrified.
and kind of try to draw what's different about it from the daylight. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
you said there's more movement. I'm trying
The
to.
actual, like, lightning strike look, nothing has changed. There's always been something in it or around it that moves.
Right.
I'm gonna follow him
You
out.
say it's more active, right?
Yes, there's definitely more movement now.
So as I'm trying to like get a shape or something of whatever's moving.
Okay. As you sit there, staring at it, you see the sun slowly go down more and more as it gets to the point where it goes below the horizon line, and it is in that blue darkness right before it goes pitch black. You see a lot of movement shoot out of it, and you hear a scream from somewhere down the street. And that's where we're going to stop this episode.